All right, here we go again. So the deep state is no different. I call it the deep state. There's a lot part of it is outside of government, but it has connections to the government, and it's pseudo government because they carry the authority of government. So your narcos that are part of the deep state carry that protection of government. Now, again, it's corruption, but the larger it becomes, the more institutionalized it becomes, the more it becomes the norm. But how it usually goes, like an FBI agent, well, I never protected a narco. Well, they don't know. They did whatever they told them. Because it's money. Okay, so you're looking at the mass amounts of fraud money that the Somalis are moving. Same stuff with narcos, same things with politicians. I suspect some of the Republicans were told to move on because they won't say anything. Again, you leave, retire, and we won't say anything. A lot of times that's what's done. When you have these mass walkouts, generally they're being walked out. They just, we let you serve the country. We'll let you move along with respect. Great. Right. Thank you, Larry. So, let's say it's Home Depot or Massage Envy. Both those places were corrupt, or probably tied to narcos and sex trafficking. The corporate will say that at the end of the day, the problem is because the corporate is deep state. And again, they'll tell you, we've never backed any narco. We've never backed any sex trafficker. But they played the deep state game, and yes, they did. So when the security guy at a corrupt Home Depot, and to tell you the truth, we don't know whether they were bringing drugs in from outside the country. We know they were corrupt at a local level, and narcotics were involved, and sex trafficking was involved. So the question is, was Home Depot used, their supply network used to bring narcotics into the country? Because generally, again, back before I brought all this stuff up, they used to get a pass. And they still might. I mean, I don't know. But again, they started finding stuff in shipments from Mexico. Right. So the idea is that because they accepted that deep state corruption, old boy network, old girl network, whatever you want to call it, the narcos were able to use that because it was about money. Right? Everybody in it gets money. So the narcos have a lot of money, so they buy in. So it's like any other narcotics organization, any like when you're a correctional officer, they try to get you to do something small, wrong, and then kind of blackmail you that they'll turn you in if you don't do something bigger, wrong. Again, the way out of that is just to deny them, right? Turn yourself in, right? Thank you, Lynch. It's never better to continue on because they'll just keep using you like that, right? So you see that vast amount of money. Now, the problem is that these are programs that the Democrats fought hard for, but turned out to be false. Right. The money's not going to the people that need it. And now we have to fight Democratic Party governors to try to investigate it. What does that tell you? Hell, their name might be on the indictment. Who knows? But they will tell you, I never backed, I never took money from, but they're part of it. Some do, obviously. We've had some arrests in history where it was obvious. Well, Massage Envy would tell you, we can only go off of what's going on. If a cop comes in and tells us that it's something else, we go with that. But again, it's the deep state shuffle. They're not necessarily going to be told that it's in support of a narcotics or sex trafficking operation. Right. And of course they won't. So again, Yahoo. If the government's into it, or even like Yahoo, right, Yahoo will be paid. I caught Yahoo doing some stuff when my wife was attacked. And I didn't give up the investigation. I just never remembered it. I mean, my life went that bad. I believe Yahoo was part of the sexualization stuff. So anybody you do a search engine with, like what comes up, they can shift what comes up. But Yahoo Mail, I'm telling you, this happens. You might send an email to DEA and never get there, right? Because Yahoo pulls it, because it's a covered person that you're writing about. Again, we have our covered people as far as immunity and stuff. They have their covered people as far as criminal enterprise and that deep state covered people, right? You could be in the government and have no protection whatsoever. I didn't. Didn't know what was going on. Right. So, like I said, the guy that died of the overdose, I think he was already being taken out by the deep state. And he looks like a hard charger. And that would make sense. He doesn't know when to not do it, quote unquote. Right. Thank you, Larry. I don't know. The CIA looks for the corrupt CIA would do psychological analysis. The PIs would do psychological analysis. And anybody that believed would be a great officer, they kill. I'm not lying. Everybody else just plug it into the system and, making easy money. Right. Like I said, one deputy calls headquarters for assistance. Maybe I'll get to it next week. The other deputy calls deep state. Boom. Hero. Oh, you're amazing. You solved the case in one day. Right. But first, they have to do the dirty deeds, and then they get in. Because it's the machine. Like I'm saying, they're the machine. And that's all it is. Like, okay, if I could do projects to save the government $10,000 in a day. Right. But they, these guys would spend the money just whatever's there, Like, oh, we're going to use this package. Okay. And at whatever the rate is. And again, there were questions about kickbacks. Right. As far as government contracting, including Marshals Service. Thank you, Larry. And again, like I told you, I know the world's corrupt, and if you ain't corrupt, maybe you won't make no money. But there's limitations, and you all went over those limitations time and time again. Right. I guess, as they say it, I get it. Everybody's corrupt, right? But again, there's just I don't even know what the word would be, but there are limitations. Honor among thieves, I guess. Right. Thank you, Larry. Sorry. So again, you can see when I'm speaking about the religious organization, of course, there's government money there too. Government contracts, U.S. aid payments. Right. So you can see how that money just kind of goes round and round. And the recipient is not, they receive something in Africa, but it's so watered down, and right, it was obviously for profit. It's not NGO. It's not NGO. It's not for profit. They run nonprofits, but all that means is they get a bigger cut. Right. And again, if you're LDS and you're nonprofit, what does that tell you? You don't have any real profits. I spoke about that before I was still blessing the LDS and saying they were wonderful, but I didn't know they were corrupt. Right. Well, Bible tells you not to heal the people who have committed the sin unto death. Right. They'll tell you they're the only people to heal. Right. All right, now where am I?
At the light, turn right onto Executive Drive.
What light? I'm going the wrong way, I think. Where am I? It's got to be here. Did I miss the light? Yeah, I missed the light. I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. I don't think the GPS knows where I'm at. Right. What is that? Yeah, it doesn't look good. GPS. I actually believe that the GPS thinks I'm facing the other direction. Could be spoofed. I got plenty of time, though. I swear it doesn't know where I'm at. I don't think it knows where I'm at. That might be its spoofed. Wait a minute. Now I think it got corrected. Are you center? All right. The whole world's wired like that. Like if you're not part of the thing, you don't get anything. But narcos and sex traffickers are part of the thing and a big part of the financing, as well as the fraudsters. That's why I used to make fun of the government when they were using RICO on like ghetto people, and that's people in urban plight communities that they made money at that point. But you wouldn't find any deep staters being arrested for obvious RICO.
At the light, turn left onto State Route 3020, then turn right onto Executive Drive. At the light, turn right onto Executive Drive.
Okay, here I am. I guess I was going the right way, but it just didn't look right on the map. It didn't know where I was.
In a quarter mile, turn right.
All right. I'm there. I don't think Costco's gas prices beat Eagle, but I'll see. Get go. Crack me up, Costco shoppers. When they come across the the traveled way in the road, they look at you like you're going to run them over, like you're just sitting there. Don't you dare! Look, I'm just sitting here, lady. Let you go. Let's see. Did they beat it? It's just about the same. I think it's a few cents cheaper. Yeah, they like busy cart people here. They shop with a purpose at Costco. You can do like the Wicked Witch of the West from Wizard of Oz. Pushing a cart. Like places like Costco are heavy deep state because they believe in being part of something. Like that's the be all. Like my mother was brainwashed by Naples. I'm like, Mom, you can have such a better life somewhere else. Right? I mean, you're paying for nothing here. Right? She could have sold that place, bought a house, like during a downturn, and I guess she would have lost money, but but she still, I think that in the exchange she would have been ahead, right? Because Naples lost less money than other places. So she could have found a nice retirement home, something gorgeous, like, 2,500 square foot instead of like, what is it, 1,200 or something. And it just wasn't, it was dark, dingy. My brother just fixed it up and opened it up so it has a little more light. He updated it, took a wall out or something. This is crazy in here. Right. Yeah, the energy at Costco in the parking lot is horrible. That's what it is. It's metaphysics. Right. That's why people get like, nah, 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 nah. Yeah, so deep state people believe in being part of something, so they join like Costco's and Sam's Club, thinking they're somebody because they're there. Because it's somewhere you're not. For me, joining them, for this, I joined this because of the hearing aid, but I've had those memberships. They don't get me anywhere. Sam's Club, Costco. Because I'm a vegetarian, so I'm not going to buy that other stuff. It's very little for me there. Maybe if I had money and I didn't shop on, I buy Amazon so much. You obviously don't know who I am. I have a Costco wholesale membership. Great. All right. Let me get my thing going here. I got to pull up my Costco thing. Let's see if they turn them against me. They'll probably be like all rude today. What are you doing here? I have an appointment. Oh! That's what they do. If I say somebody's nice, they try to make them evil. It's built into their psychosis, the deep state psychosis.